figures that have been really influential, including notably Mr. Lippitt from NSBMA, which is a national organization that serves specifically school board members, and had some really, really influential ideas about how we can really use our voice to not just use our voice, but to amplify the voice of everyone else, which is really what politics and what this position is all about. I don't really have much to report on individual school findings. Again, John Jay continues, as mentioned earlier, to be incredibly dominant. Oh, ow. Ow, my goodness. Thank you. Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. I apologize for that. John Jay continues to remain 3-0 in football, an amazing win against Scarsdale. Regarding project-based learning, we saw an excellent presentation today, and John Jay continues to participate in the Winter Circle project where students create their own card. I just want to say just how incredible it is, number one, that not only are they learning this knowledge in the classroom, but they're applying it. And I think that's the important thing. Not all students, learning is not a one-size-fits-all thing. I'm sure all of you know that. I'm sure I know that. I'm sure our actual student school board members know that. And I think it's just amazing how Walker Central School District is really taking the lead on developing this new framework, which will be needed for portrait of graduate later on as they replace the Regents exams. So, I think it is, incredibly great that we are sort of taking ahead on that. And that we're setting this pace, and we're setting the tone for all the school districts. So I think that's absolutely excellent. I am currently going to have a meeting with the principal of our school and on the administrators to submit either school-wide or district-wide survey, sort of like an anonymous tip form, rather, except the tips, it would be advice or things that they notice or things that they would like to change, as well as meeting with student council and creating meetings after school to make sure that everyone in the John Jay community is heard. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Ash?
So the meeting that was on the 17th was very informative. It gave me a better understanding of what my role is here. It was the 17th. I did go on Zoom. It was a little bit late, but we don't talk about that. It was especially helpful in helping me to better enhance my performance, staying active in my school community, taking feedback, asking questions from peers, getting advice, and just making an overall positive change. There's not much really else to go on. There's no new stuff coming in except that we are getting some new freshmen in Flux and Peggy, something else those freshmen, Ketchum and Jay, and that's all.
You're very welcome, Ash. There will be more coming.
Okay, so as you mentioned, our football team did beat Ramapo 42-41 on Saturday, and we do have senior night on Friday, so that starts at 6. We had our girls varsity soccer team have senior night on Friday, and we tied Jay 0-0. It was an amazing game. My friend Kelsey Boland, the goalkeeper, had 7 saves, and it was just an amazing back and forth game with the middle field doing everything that they possibly could. Field hockey has a game today and Wednesday, so we'll see how those scores come out. And about the event on the 17th, I learned a lot by going. I learned how to embrace my role as a board member, not really knowing how to do it before. Be active with my community survey, student council meetings, just talking to Mr. Soap, seeing everything I can do, and just make a positive change. And with the project-based learning, I really appreciated it because all students don't really learn the same, and there's some that need to learn online to apply it in other things, and it just gave them amazing opportunities.
Great. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate all the work that you're putting in. 6.01, consent agenda resolution. Does anybody have anything they need to pull from the consent agenda? Seeing none?
Resolved, the Board of Education. Resolved, the Board of Education hereby approves following articles. Don't worry, she can use mine won't turn off.
Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the following consent agenda items as stated. 6.02, 6.03, 6.04, 6.05, 6.06, 6.07, 6.08, 6.09, 6.10, 6.11, 6.12, 6.13, and 6.14. Moved by Mr. Odom, second by Ms. Kellen. All in favor? Unanimous. 7.01, approval of revision to audit committee charter. Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the revised audit committee charter as recommended by the audit committee as stated. Do I have a motion? Mr. Lumia, second. Mr. Morgan, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Unanimous. 7.02, approval of the Strategic Planning Committee Charter. Resolved that the Board of Education does hereby approve the Strategic Planning Committee Charter as recommended by the Strategic Planning Committee as stated. Do I have a motion? Mr. Morgan, second. Mr. Capillari, any discussion? Mr. Odoms?
I just wanted to thank Dr. Bach and the administrative team on realizing that the previous strategic planning committee plans is ending in 2026, and we're taking that aggressive approach to get ready for the future. We have a lot installed, so maybe you guys want to come back. And so, yeah, thank you, Dr. Bach.
Thank you, and thank you to the board for continued ongoing support and the senior staff administration as well.
Yes, it's going to be a long year ahead of a lot of hard work, but I think it's going to be great. All those in favor? Unanimous. 8.01, board members may request additional agenda items. There is none. 9.01, comments from the public. Is there any? No, seeing none. 10.01.
Oh, come
Yeah,
sign up.
over here. While you're signing up, I'm just going to read the statement. The board, oh, sorry, wrong one.
And then she'll call you tonight.
That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to listen to public comment. Although state law does not require us to hold a public comment period, we have chosen to do so because we believe it is crucial for us to hear from our community members about their concerns and issues. The board is here to listen. The public comment period is not designated to be a debate or dialogue. Please do not expect the board to respond to your concerns or questions tonight. We take your concerns and questions seriously and want to have sufficient time to process and research issues, if need be. Any questions from the public should be submitted through the use of the public comment form, which may be obtained online or at the desk with the district clerk. We will have the proper staff member get back to you as appropriate. I also want to point out that under state and federal privacy laws, we are unable to address any comments or questions about specific students or school personnel. We would ask that you go through the appropriate administrative channels. Compliments or complaints about student discipline, issues involving specific students or personnel, named or implied, must not be addressed during public comment. A total of 30 minutes at the end of each board meeting is set aside to allow for public comments on items related to our school district that are not on tonight's agenda. A sign-up sheet for non-agenda items is located on the desk with the district clerk. Individual comments are limited to 3 minutes and are welcome. In the interest of civility and respect for different points of view, clapping, booing, or any disturbance or disruption during either public comment period is not permitted. At this time, comments are related to school district business are welcome. Alex Pantea, I'm sorry.
testing this works. Okay, good. So basically about, I don't even know, a year and a half ago, I got one of these school bus camera tickets in the mail, and in the following year that I've existed, I've done a ton of research on this program and the company that operates these cameras. I can just read this off to you real quick. So I filed actually a report, and it's gonna go like this. So in 2017, there was a company called Force Multiplier Solutions Canada. They changed their name from Force Multiplier Solutions to Bus Patrol, which is doing business with your district to run these cameras. In the US, Force Multiplier Solutions leaders, again, they renamed their company into Bus Patrol. Bus Patrol has claimed it has no connections to Force Multiplier Solutions. In 2018, Force Multiplier Solutions CEO Robert Leonard was convicted in a corruption scandal that took down multiple public officials and resulted in the closure of the county agency. This happened in Texas. A federal prosecutor told the judge this was likely the largest domestic public corruption case in history. Leonard pleaded guilty to paying more than $3.5 million in bribes to the agency's former superintendent and Dallas City Council member. If we continue on here, let's take a look. So basically, when a Maryland state delegate raised his concerns last year, Bus Patrol denied any connections to the former company or its convicted CEO. The company even went so far as to say as Bus Patrol's former CEO, Gene Solier, was never related to Force Multiplier Solutions in any way, even though he had served as a director on Force Multiplier Solutions board. There is evidence for this. I can't show this, obviously, but basically my problems with this program are that there is no judge in Dutchess County that is having hearings on this program. They already decided that these tickets are not legal, and I went to verify this in person. I went to these courts in person to try to find out information about this program. They told me I will never get a hearing ever. So my problem, and I guess a lot of other people's problems, because this is affecting tens of thousands of people in Dutchess County, is that they're never going to get hearings. The judges have already decided these tickets are not legal. So I guess my question really is, why are you still operating this program? And why is nobody doing anything about it? I mean, this information is online. It's like I could even show this to people. You know, it's available here. It's free. You know, I built a whole presentation around this. It's 52 pages long. You know, it's why are you doing business with criminals, basically?
Okay. I asked that you leave your information with the district clerk, and we will try to get somebody back with you on this, because I don't have any information. So if you could please leave the information with our district clerk, and we'll see if we can get the proper person for you on this. Okay? Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. 10.01. Motion to adjourn. Resolve the Board of Education is hereby adjourned the September 22nd, 2025 Board of Education meeting. The time is 8:25. Mr. Capillari motion, Ms. Kellen second, all in favor? Unanimous. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks.